God's grace that's declared before every letter, at the beginning of that letter, is basically saying that you're going to have all the power that you need to do everything written after that verse 1 or verse 2. Everything that is told us to do in each of the letters of the New Testament, we have grace for it. That's God's ability to do it. For 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, and he said to me, God said to me, Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. And so I want to bring out the fact that is present tense. God didn't say, well, Paul, ask me for grace when you need it and it will become sufficient for you. He didn't say, Paul, I promise you, I'm going to give you my grace. He says, no, Paul, my grace is sufficient. That's why his grace is always flowing to you. Whenever you need it, just acknowledge it, tap into it by faith. Philemon 1:6 says, and I pray that the sharing of your faith may become effective. This is the ESV. I pray that the sharing of your faith may become effective for the full knowledge of every good thing that's in us for the sake of Christ. You know, every good thing that's in us speaks of his grace. And so his grace is in us. It brings everything good that God has in us, but we have to acknowledge it. And so how do you do that? By revelation. As you meditate the word, as you see what God's given to you, and by faith, you speak God's word, you act on God's word, and then it's released from the spirit into the natural. You experience God's grace. And so our faith will be effective when we acknowledge the grace of God that's in us already. So the river of grace is constantly flowing to us if we receive it by faith, and it will cause us to be carried over our weakness and be lifted up over our weakness.